Debate on the government's policy statement commences in Parliament. 12-member Parliamentary Select Committee chaired by the Speaker of Parliament appointed. Malik Samaravikrama and M.A. Sumandiran arrived at the Presidential Commission of Inquiry. Presidential candidate Joe Biden vows to end a season of darkness.
Hello there, very good afternoon. You're watching Lunchtime News on TV1. Those were the headlines, now news in detail. A 12-member Parliamentary Select Committee has been appointed, chaired by the Speaker of the Parliament. Honourable Speaker, I would like to recommend the following list of names to the Parliament Select Committee. Ministers Nimal Siripala de Silva, Dinesh Gunawardena, Johnston Fernando, Douglas Devananda, Dallas Alahaperuma, Vimal Veerawangsa, Prasanna Ranatunga, MPs Lakshman Kiriyalla, Jayantha Karunatilaka, Rauf Hakim, Vijitha Herath and Selvam Adekalanathan.
Selvan Adekalanathan matuma තේරීම් කාරක සභාවට යෝජනා කරනවා.
A supplementary estimate was tabled in Parliament today to cover the government expenditure from 1st of September until the budget is presented. The government's policy statement, which was delivered by President Gotabaya Rajapaksa at the inaugural session of the 9th Parliament, is currently being debated in Parliament. The motion was proposed by SLPP Mathura District MP Nipuna Ranawaka. According to a Parliament reporter, the relevant documents of the supplementary estimate have been handed over to the Parliament's Secretary General. Our reporters said the supplementary estimate will be tabled in Parliament this evening. Leader of the opposition, Sajith Premadasa, says the removal of certain graduates from the list of those who have obtained government employment is unfair. It was a promise made by the government during the presidential election. By last week of February 2020, the government took measures to issue letters requesting them to attend training programs and report to work within 3 days. However, based on an announcement issued by the Ministry of Local Government and Provincial Council on the 16th of August 2020, a name list of 40,092 graduates who are unsuitable for training was released. Honourable Speaker, the name list of the graduates who have been disqualified includes graduates who received letters in February and requested to report to the Pradeshia Sabha. It is clear that the government has deceived these graduates by providing false promises.
If
anyone has listened to the government policy statement delivered by the Honourable President, it was clearly informed that all measures are being taken to recall those individuals, and if the degrees are obtained from a recognised institution by UGC, measures will be taken accordingly. One clarification is that based on the printed document of the President's speech, it says 50,000. However, in his speech, it was said 60,000. What is the gap? The opposition leader and his party back in the days weren't able to help even 1,000 people. Now the President has taken measures to provide job opportunities. Don't take revenge just because you lost the election.
ඒක පැහැදිලි කරගන්නයි මම ඇහුවේ. ඔබතුමා කොහෙද යන්නේ මල්ලේ පොල් උත්තරයන්නේ දුන්නේ. මේක 50,000ද 60,000ද එච්චරයි යන්නේ. 50,000ද 60,000ද එච්චරයි යන්නේ.
A group of graduates whose names were excluded from the list of employed graduates staged a protest opposite the railway station in Colombo Fort.
The group marched towards the Presidential Secretariat. Our correspondent said graduates who obtained their degrees from foreign universities have also joined the protest. The protesters charge 3,000 graduates have been removed from the list of graduates who are to be given employment.
262 people have testified at the Presidential Commission of Inquiry probing the 2019 April 21st attacks, and statements were recorded from 1,200 people.
Former Minister Sagar Ratnayaka arrived at the police unit of the Presidential Commission of Inquiry probing the 2019 April attacks. Former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe was also noticed to appear at the police unit of the Presidential Commission. However, he is to be summoned to the police unit on the 31st of August based on a request made by the former Prime Minister. Former State Minister of Defence Ruwan Wijewardena provided a statement to the police unit of the Presidential Commission of Inquiry on the 18th of August.
Former Ministers Malik Samaravikrama and Mangala Samaravira as well as M.A. Sumantiran appeared at the Presidential Commission of Inquiry probing incidents of political victimization. Notice was issued based on a complaint filed by Dr. Nihal Jayatilaka, the former Secretary to the Ministry of Economic Development.
The group arrived at the commission based on a complaint filed by Dr. Nihal Jayatilaka, the former secretary to the Ministry of Economic Development. Former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe was also noticed to appear at the Presidential Commission of Inquiry today. In addition, Patali Champika Ranawaka, Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca, R. Sampanthan, Anura Kumar Disanayaka, Attorney at Law J.C. Valyamuna, and Dr. Jayampati Wickremaratne were also issued notice to appear at the Presidential Commission. In the complaint, Dr. Nihal Jayatilaka said he was arrested and remanded for providing compensation and gratuity to employees who volunteered to terminate their services when Divi Naguma was converted into a department and for providing concessions under the Isurumat housing program. Dr. Nihal Jayatilaka claims his arrest was politically motivated.
In sports news, the newly appointed Director General at the Sports Medicine Institute of the Sports Ministry, Dr. Lanka Naik, says prevention is better than cure. He made these views when he assumed duties yesterday. He assumed duties at the Sports Medicine Institute of the Sports Ministry yesterday. Dr. Ekanayaka is a past pupil of Rahula College in Mathura and rendered a yeoman service to the benefit of the sports men and women in the country. He has been involved in the Sports Medicine Institute of the Sports Ministry for more than 15 years. The event also marked the attendance of Venerable Bengamuwe Nalakatero, officials attached to the Sports Medicine Institute, veterans of the sports field, players and coaches.
A different result cannot be achieved if we are following the same old ways. In this fast-paced world, with a new kind of new thinking, we will really be able to achieve a result that will win the world, a result that will bring respect to Sri Lanka. We should not forget the players. We should predominantly work towards preventing injuries to the players. This is the best time to rescue sports in the country. I am happy that I have got this opportunity.
From that, we bring to a close this edition of Lunchtime News on TV1. For details of these stories and much more, simply log on to our website www.newsfirst.lk. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Martin Satyanesan along with producer Senator Sena Naika. Have yourself a wonderful day.